Hello everyone, my name is Kia Aina Akiona, and I'll be doing the Zippy Zip Pack today for my presentation. Sorry if there's a little background noise. I'm in a hotel right now and I didn't bring earphones or anything, so I'm just going off of my tablet here. But here we go. Alright, so the Zippy Zip Pack, and I'm sure we're all aware what the Zippy Zip Pack is. We all live in Hawaii. Very popular restaurant out here. So the Zippy Zip Pack contains white rice, furikake seasoning, fried chicken, fried mahi-mahi, teriyaki beef, and spam. And then to break down the macronutrients of those foods I just described, the macronutrients of all of them are 100 grams of carbs, 48 grams of fat, and 68 grams of proteins. The carbohydrates take 36% of the total calories, the fats take up 39% of the total calories, and the proteins take up 25% of the total calories. And then the entire total the total amount of calories for this meal is 1,104 calories. So those are the macronutrients. Now these are the micronutrients. For the sodium, we have a very high intake, 3,400 milligrams. Cholesterol is pretty high as well, 210 milligrams. And then just a minor amount of vitamins. You have a 40% of vitamin C, which is decent. You have your calcium, your fibers, and your iron. So we all need proteins, fats, carbs, sodium, cholesterol. Even though a lot of people have a misconception, I think that fats and salt is bad for you. Our body needs a certain amount to function, but too much of anything is bad, and the same thing goes with fats. Good fats are the monounsaturated or unsaturated fats, and the bad fats are saturated, and that's a lot of fried foods. Like we have in this meal, we have fried chicken, fried fish, and for the certain sodium, there's a very high amount of sodium in this meal. We can definitely make it better by dropping some. Alright, and then this is one way that we could fix or improve the zip pack. So replace the white rice with brown rice. Replace fried chicken with grilled chicken and fish. Get a low sodium spam. May taste a little different, but it'll decrease the sodium amount by a lot. Teriyaki beef can stay the same. Has a high amount of sodium, but if we're doing the rest of the stuff, we can at least get some flavors so in there. And then to add to the vitamin levels, better source of vitamins, just add broccoli, asparagus, spinach, your vegetable of preference. And then with the brown rice, you have a better source of carbohydrates. In the grilled chicken, you have less unhealthy fats. The low sodium spam, less sodium. Terry beef is staying the same. And then added vegetables for better sources of vitamins, like I said. So this is a rough estimate of the better and improved healthy zip pack. So you have 55 grams of carbs versus 100 grams of carbs. You have 58.5 grams of proteins versus 68 grams of proteins. You have 30 grams of fat instead of 49 grams of fat. And the very big whopping difference is the sodium levels. You take out the fried foods and you change the spam with low sodium spam. The sodium drops by an extreme amount, almost 4 times less. So you have 965 milligrams versus 3,400 milligrams. 151 milligrams of cholesterol versus 210 milligrams of cholesterol, and 724 total calorie intake versus 1,104 total calorie intake. With this improved, healthier zip pack, you're getting much more beneficial nutrients for the certain amount of calories you're getting. The fats are much more healthier. You're getting fat sources from your fish, you're getting fat sources from your beef, not getting saturated fats from the fried fish, fried mahi-mahi. The protein's a lot more leaner, a lot more healthier because they are leaner. You get more proteins for less amount of calories. The brown rice is a better source of carbohydrates. It's a complex carbohydrate. It's more grainy, so your body will be able to digest it more, and you'll get more nutrients out for the amount of calories that you're intaking, and the sodium level will drop tremendously. The sodium is very, very high in a regular zip pack. That's probably my most important key that I want to focus on with this meal is the sodium intake. My sodium intake, for example, daily is about 2,400, and I eat about 2,900 calories a day. So that 1,100 calorie meal is almost 1.5 times greater. It is 1.5 times greater than my total amount of sodium that I should be getting. So to drop 3,400 3,400 milligrams of sodium to 965 milligrams of sodium is detrimental to me, and therefore I think that this change of recipe is much, much more healthier than a regular zip pack that you would order at Zippy's. Just a little side note, just a little tips for food tracking. Um, we all have mobile phones, and it's very convenient these days. There's a lot of apps. My favorite app is MyFitnessPal. It tracks all of the micronutrients. It tells you the salt level of foods, and to find a certain amount of those foods and what exactly you're tracking, you need a food scale. Weigh your foods. Type in 8 ounces of grilled chicken onto MyFitnessPal, and all the micronutrients will pop up for that. And then 1 grams of carbs is 4 calories, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. And then to split your proteins, your fat, and your carbs into healthy ratios. This is my example. This is what I do. I get 50% carbohydrates, 30% proteins, and 20% of fats. Thank you. Alright, now we have the Subway footlong, and I'll be discussing how to improve and eat a cleaner, healthier version of a Subway footlong. Alright, and Subway footlong is kind of very general. There are many different kinds of subs you could eat. I personally chose one of my favorite healthier subs to eat, and it would be the turkey breast. With the turkey breast, the nutrients are 580 grams of, or 580 calories, 336 grams of proteins, 7 grams of fat, 1,680 milligrams of sodium, and 40 grams of cholesterol. And then a little tips to make the turkey breast even healthier is to request wheat bread, low fat, no cheese, or maybe even half of a serving of regular cheese. Do not exceed sauces. Don't put extra mayonnaise, honey mustard, ranch. Just be careful on that. Low oil amounts. Oil is okay, just don't exceed a certain amount. And then I usually don't ask for extra salt, but pepper is okay. Alright, next I have the Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito, and I'll be talking about how to make this version from Taco Bell a little bit healthier. Alright, the nutrition facts for one serving of a Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito is 370 calories, 56 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fats, 13 grams of proteins, 1100 milligrams of sodium, and 5 grams of cholesterol. Alright, and then last we have how to make it better. I personally would use a multi-grain tortilla. It's a very much healthier source of carbs. It's a lot more nutrition values in it, a lot less, or a lot more healthier. Home cook your refried beans. So the beans they use at Taco Bell are just pinto beans, and they just mash it up and then refry it in excessive amounts of oil. So in order to control those oil amounts, just home cook it yourself. Lower servings of cheese, or maybe less cheese, and then, or no cheese rather, and then add vegetables. I personally think avocado would be good with it. Tomatoes, lettuce, spinach, it's all your preference.